And local reaction has been pouring in overnight to this Politico report on Roe v. Wade.
12 News reporter KAYLA Fish live at the State House this morning, monitoring what our congressional delegation and others are saying this morning. KAYLA.
Well, even if Roe versus Wade is overturned, both Rhode Island and Massachusetts have codified a woman's right to an abortion into state law in anticipation of such a decision by the Supreme Court. That would mean that abortion would remain legal in both states. But even so, a number of Southern New England Democratic lawmakers are pushing for further action to protect a woman's right to an abortion. Rhode Island Congressman David Cicilline on Twitter urging the U.S. Senate to pass the Women's Health Protection Act. That bill would it's already passed the House, rather, and it would codify Roe versus Wade into federal law. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse echoing that sentiment, saying on Twitter that the Senate needs to act now. Now, on the other side of the debate, local Catholic priest Father Jay Finelli from the Diocese of Providence also reacting to the news on Twitter, saying, quote, "This will be a great miracle," end quote, and more reaction expected as this story develops. We've learned that a local abortion rights activist group, the Woman Project, is planning a rally outside the Rhode Island State House for 8 p.m. tonight. Now, this morning, we've also been combing through that draft decision that was leaked by it's rather authored by Justice Samuel Alito, and it mentions a handful of local legal precedent. We'll be talking more about that coming up in the next half hour. For now, live in Providence, I'm KAYLA Fish, 12 News.
And the Supreme Court justice who authored the opinion, which was leaked to Politico, mentioned a handful of local legal precedents in his argument to overturn the landmark decision.
And 12 News reporter KAYLA Fish joins us now, continuing our team coverage. She is live at the State House this morning. KAYLA.
Hey, good morning, Patrick and Danielle. Well, this bombshell report all centers around that leaked draft majority opinion written by Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito. And in the 98-page document, Alito references a number of local laws from the 1860s, one of them from right here in Rhode Island, which criminalized abortion at all stages in 1861. Another legal precedent from Massachusetts prohibited an abortion unless the procedure was necessary to save the mother's life. Now, Alito writes that most states criminalized abortion in the 19th century, something he says endured until Roe v. Wade. In mentioning these and other cases, he argues that, quote, "The inescapable conclusion is that a right to abortion is not deeply rooted in the nation's history. However, in recent years, in anticipation of a decision from the Supreme Court that could overturn Roe versus Wade, both Rhode Island and Massachusetts codified a woman's right to an abortion into state law. That means abortion would remain legal in both states, even if Roe is overturned." And we continue to follow reaction to this bombshell report. A abortion rights activist group, the Woman Project, is planning a rally outside the Rhode Island State House at 8 o'clock tonight. And coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have more reaction from local lawmakers following this leaked draft opinion. But for now, live in Providence, I'm KAYLA Fish, 12 News.